When Firestone decorates for Christmas, they decorate with values, like this stylish Counselor bat scale. Christmas gift price just $2.99. And to turn your Christmas lights on and off automatically, there's a Westclock's 24-hour electric timer. Gift price only $4.99. To hear all your favorite Christmas carols, a Philco 10-transistor AM/FM swing-along radio. Gift price only $12.88, and you can charge them. These and more attractive gifts are at participating Firestone retailers now.
Creeps and Cretins, I'm Master Seth.
And I'm Mistress Dandeli.
And here's what's coming up next on Movies from the Madhouse.
'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was left living.
His hands. Somebody cut off his hands.
Silent Night, Bloody Night, starring Patrick O'Neill and Astrid Heron.
Yeah, Butler wasn't kidding. Nobody's lived here for years.
Don't laugh at me. I want your ID. Some maniac escaped from Margaretville.
Would you like to drive there?
Also starring John Carradine. Was the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was left living. Silent Night, Bloody Night.
Considering sin. So I picked myself up in a little smoke and I shuffle on over there. I said, hey, how you doing? She looked at my grin, so I had to accept that dare. She had a low sweater and a long skirt and razor blonde. She's a big bird. She gave me hot flashes and my head hurt. We decided to take a drive. My baby left me on a Friday night, so I decided to drink her away. This girl at the bar was quite outside on an otherwise dismal day. So I picked up my feet, gave it a shot. This cat's gonna go play, but there was more in store for me than I bargained for. Out in the road, she was really hot. I was swerving all over the street. She was tugging on my belt, I was trying to shift like a goddamn dog in heat. When we got to the park, I stopped and first, little devil was mighty sweet. Pulled my shirt on my
Well, Merry Christmas, Mr. Standalike.
Oh, Merry Christmas.
I think this does the trick. I think we've got a lovely tree once again this year.
I do too. Happy Yuletide.
Happy solstice.
Happy solstice, happy Yule, and Christmas, and all the things.
And all the holidays.
Good.
Here in the Madhouse, we celebrate all the holidays.
That's right.
Hanukkah and Voodoo Day and all of the days.
I agree. Mm-hmm.
I'm Master Seth, the Master of Ceremonies.
I'm Mr. Standalike, your Queen of Creep.
We welcome you to our very special Yuletide holiday Christmas episode. We're going to watch not Silent Night, Deadly Night.
That's right.
You've already watched it this year. You know you have.
You know you have.
You've already watched it. Instead, we are going to watch Silent Night, Bloody Night. Sorry, Mara Warnob. We're going to get into all kinds of Christmas shenanigans with you tonight.
Christmas shenanigans.
This film kind of continues our tradition. Last year, we watched Christmas Evil, and not Silent Night, Deadly Night, or
That's
Santa's
right.
Sleigh, or Santa Claus Conquers the Martians.
That's true.
We tend to go with a little less festive films. Christmas Evil is not a festive film.
No.
And tonight's film, Silent Night, Bloody Night, is not a festive film either. But
No,
we
it
are
isn't.
going to be festive nonetheless as we watch this dark film. It is a mystery. It is a slasher. Very early. We'll get into the history of the film before too long, but right now, I think let's start our Christmas celebration, our holiday celebration, solstice, Yuletide, all the holidays. Silent Night, Bloody Night on Movies from the Madhouse.
One last time, I have to see this ground. It's beautiful now, as if nothing had happened here. Soon they will tear down the main house, and then nothing will be left. Nothing. Except what I remember. I grew up in the town nearby, where my father was the mayor, and where this house stood, waiting for me. It was built by Wilfred Butler. We had never seen him, and he never lived at home. Until the day before Christmas in 1950, he finally did come back. For the last time. All of us believed that his death was an accident. No one knew that another person had come to Butler House that Christmas.
As Deputy Coroner of the County of Arlington, State of Massachusetts, I hereby find, upon evidence of an autopsy conducted by the medical examiner of this county, that the deceased, Wilfred Butler, died as a result of burns inflicted accidentally upon himself on his own premises during the afternoon of December 24th, 1950. No further inquiry shall be held over the body of the deceased, and this inquest is officially closed.
All is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child.
After the coroner's inquest, on New Year's Day, they buried Wilfred Butler. There was no one there to mourn him. It was the funeral of a stranger.
Wilfred Butler, being of sound mind and body, at least what the world considers sound, do hereby leave my house and its grounds and all personal effects within that house to my only surviving relation, my grandson, Geoffrey Butler. And I solemnly charge him with one duty. Let him leave the house as I left it, standing untouched to remind the world of its inhumanity and cruelty.
For 20 years, that house lay empty, exactly as Wilfred left it. And then, last year, rumors began that it was finally being sold. The newspaper story traveled through the county to a state hospital for the criminally insane. The man who came to sell the house had never seen it. He was a lawyer from the city, just doing a job and enjoying it.
Stop and look serious, please. Oh, you're hopeless. Oh, look.
Hey, wait, where you going now? The mayor's gonna have a fit, kid.
One more shot.
Come on.
Stay there. I want one together. And smile.
For all the news as it happens, stay tuned to WLIX, your voice of the Northeast. This is Roger Fowler with local stories. First, today's headlines. A warehouse fire still rages in Elizabeth. Police suspect arson. That escaped inmate at Margaretville State Hospital still at large, still hunted by state police. And over in Roxbury, the city passes a controversial housing code.
Well, didn't I tell you? It's beautiful.
Can we see the rest of it?
Honey, that was it. I think the mayor's waiting for me.
My love is such an important man.
Right. Laura always says that.
Darling,
What?
Don't be long.
Honey, if you get bored, just look at the view. Sooner or later, that viaduct's gonna take us back home.
Mr. Carter.
Mr. Mayor.
Let me introduce you. This is Charlie Toman, who publishes our weekly newspaper, The Patriot.
Mr. Toman?
And this is Tess Howard.
How do you do?
She operates our switchboard.
Oh, really?
We call her the communications director. And this is Bill Mason.
Mason?
Our sheriff. Won't you sit there, Mr. Carter, at the head of the table?
Thank you. I didn't expect to meet you all together. It's quite a reception. All right, let's begin. As you know, I've been retained by Jeffrey Butler. The matter concerns the house that he inherited from his grandfather, Wilfred Butler.
Go on, Mr. Carter.
I believe that you offered to buy the house for my client.
Offered. We begged him. We wrote letters and
That's
we...
enough, Tess.
Well, it's true.
Trouble. There's always trouble.
I can sympathize.
I spent the last 20 years and more driving people away from there. Prowlers, burglars, kids, they're the worst. Chasing for nothing because of that will. That drivel about humanity. No. Inhumanity. What the hell is that, huh?
Yes, well, he was a bitter man.
Hate.
It must have been very hard.
It must have been hate.
That man hated. Well, some people are like that.
The question is, well, do you still want the house?
Are you offering it to us, Mr. Carter?
Exactly.
Why now?
Well, that's Mr. Butler's business, isn't it?
You know we're not rich. Most of us came here during the Depression. But we love this town. It's our home.
And naturally, you want to improve it.
Exactly.
My client understands that, and he fully sympathizes, and he's willing to sacrifice the house for $50,000 in cash by noon tomorrow.
That's an awful lot of cash.
It's also an awfully good bargain.
You could go to Wilton. You could go now to the bank.
Am I clearly understood?
All that cash.
Perfect. I'll wait for your answer till tomorrow.
You're spending the night here?
Yes.
May I ask where?
At the Butler House.
We could put you up at the motel as our guest.
No, the house is fine.
The Paradise Motel.
That's very kind of you, but I'm meeting Mr. Butler about some personal items.
You'll want a phone. I can reconnect the line.
Don't trouble, please.
No trouble. You'll need a phone.
Don't want to be stuck out there.
Well, you've convinced me. Thank you.
By the way, have you known Mr. Butler a long time?
No, I've never met him. He called me and asked me if I'd handle this for him. I said yes. He had the key delivered to my office. Mr. Mayor, Sheriff, Mr. Tolman, Miss Howard, see you all tomorrow. In fact, I'm looking forward to it.
Slick, really slick. He's a big lawyer, Bill. You've got to expect that. Don't tell me about lawyers.
Oh, you see the way he looked at us? You see his clothes?
He's doing his job. Just don't tell me about lawyers. You know what I'd like to see? Two of them like that one talking to each other. Neither one of them would know what to believe.
I love you, too. Honey, when I get home, I'm gonna have a nice surprise for you. No, I can't tell you what it is now. It wouldn't be a surprise, now would it? No, I can't come home now, but it'll be very soon. Very soon. Honey, of course I miss you. Yes, I miss Mommy, too. Laura, how are you, kid? So I'll call tomorrow. No, I want to call. I want to talk to Jenny. Yeah, well, as a matter of fact, I'm having a fine time. Well, same to you, darling. What do you mean, hostile?
I was wondering, if we get it, what then?
Tear it down.
Okay. I'd better get going. Do me a favor, Tess. Call Diane, tell her I'm going to Wilton, and I'll be back late.
It's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah. Butler wasn't kidding. Nobody's lived here for years.
That would be such a waste.
It's his grandfather's monument.
You know, there's a caretaker who keeps this place just the way he left it.
And I don't even have that insurance.
What insurance, Santa?
The one that pays you cash if you're hurt and can't work.
Huh?
Affleck, ask about it at work.
Can you just sit down the toys?
Oh, it sure is nice to enjoy a little mystery film at Hearth's Edge in front of my admittedly not fantastic fire.
I think it's wonderful.
I'm not much of a woodsman.
This is beautiful, Master Stab.
Well, I do what I can.
I think it's
my skills are limited.
It's keeping it's keeping me warm.
So we still don't really know what's going on in this film. A man burned himself.
Yes.
Or at least supposedly burned himself. A man burned.
Yes, we watched that. That was kind of
right.
creepy and terrifying in the distance in that shot. I love that.
Yeah. And so that's what it is. Now apparently his grandson is there to sell the house to the town. The townspeople are all very strange. They act like, I mean, this looks like one of those town conspiracy films, and I love these. I love town conspiracy films.
Well, they give me the absolute terrified creeps. Like, honestly, when the lawyer shows up, that's fucking eerie. It is.
Yeah, that little meeting in that room.
Yeah.
With John Carradine.
Yeah, who doesn't speak.
Doesn't speak,
and
rings the bell.
Hits the bell. Yeah.
I've seen John Carradine in a lot of great shit and a lot of shitty shit. But how shitty does he have to think something is? Not how shitty, but how little are they paying him? How little are they paying him where he refuses to speak?
I thought it was clever as shit. I thought that was clever as fuck because you know what? He doesn't even have to speak. He just rings the bell. I think that's great. I didn't think of that at all.
Well, I did. I'm a businessman.
No little parts. No little parts. Just little actors. And John Carradine was never a little actor. He was never a little actor. It didn't matter what part he played. And he played like hundreds and hundreds of parts, right?
He was in well over 100 films.
Right. And everything he did was fucking kick-ass.
So he was in all levels, too. He was at the top shit, you know.
Yes.
He was in the goddamn 10 Commandments and shit.
Yes.
And he was in, he was in this.
Yeah, I love this, though.
This is great, though. This is another one. I hate to be the unpopular guy, man. I know Silent Night, Deadly Night is supposed to be the be-all, end-all of Christmas horror films. Or if not, then Black Christmas. And Black Christmas is a better film. But there are so many better films than Silent Night, Deadly Night. I love Silent Night, Deadly Night. I love its sequels. I love it as a thing. But it's entertainment. Which is great. But Christmas Evil is a better film. Black Christmas is a better film.
Yes.
This film here, Silent Night, Bloody Night, is a better film than Silent Night, Deadly Night. So, sorry to rain on your Silent Night, Deadly Night parade. I hope you have fun watching it, because I love that movie.
Yes.
So, I don't even know why I had to fucking go on this goddamn tirade, you know?
Yeah,
really negative.
We love that movie, too, but this is different and special as well.
Yeah.
And we hope that
But they wouldn't know it yet, because nothing's fucking happened.
I know. It's about to get
everything's gonna come. It's a slow-moving mystery.
Yes.
And also, just with big old hunks of slasher shit in it. You'll see some, like, giallo shit in it, too. You know, there is a really strong giallo influence.
Super
maybe we'll get into some serious, like, history or psychology or something here in a little bit. I don't know. I think it feels like it's time to get back to the movie, though.
I agree. I agree.
So, okay. Back to Silent Night, Bloody. The fire picked up. Look at it.
I know, it's gorgeous.
It's kind of dark,
warm
but
and beautiful.
Lovely.
It feels really nice here.
It does.
I hope it's beautiful for you.
I hope it's beautiful where you're at.
Yes.
And if it's not, do something to make it beautiful. Set something on fire.
Oh.
Set something on fire. It'll make you feel better. You should. Do you have a couch? Set it on fire.
No.
Do you have a dog? Set it on fire.
No, definitely not. He doesn't mean that, actually.
Husband? Set it on fire.
No, unless he's really terrible. Mine's not, but...
All right. Let's get back to Silent Night, Bloody Night on movies from the Madhouse.
What kind of monument is this?
Well, that's the trouble. Nobody remembers anymore.
That's what usually happens in America.
I remember this. And he walks with me, and he talks with me, and he tells me I'm his own. And he walks with me, and he talks with me, and he tells me I am his own, and the joy he shares as we tarry there.
You're not serious.
I used to hear that at funerals.
At funerals?
When I was a kid in Chipley, Georgia. There's also Chipley, Florida. But they have both been subsequently eradicated from the map. None other has ever known.
Was a delicatessen, so I brought you pastrami, salami, potato salad, macaroni, everything you like.
I'll have bologna and macaroni. No, some of that potato salad. Did you pick the wine, too?
The delicatessen man took a personal interest in its selection.
Oh, well, we got lucky again. That's early 1970. That's hard to come by.
Can I have some, too?
Of course you may.
Thank you. It must have been wonderful.
What?
The people who lived here. They must have had a wonderful life.
Well, I hope they did. Wilfred Butler must have believed in something. Look at that stone fireplace, parquet floor, the mahogany, this table. And you probably think this place is made of wood, right?
Well...
Wrong. You know what his grandson told me? Underneath that wood, there's 2 feet of stone. The foundation is 8 bricks wide. Now, someday they're going to come in here and they're going to tear this place down and they're going to build little tract houses all over this property on quarter-acre and half-acre lots. And that bulldozer's going to come up that hill toward this house. And it's going to get the surprise of its life. They built a kingdom out here. Only nobody's left.
No? Butler has a grandson.
No. He's probably like the rest of us, wants money. You know, he's asking $50,000 cash for this place, and if he only wait, he can get at least $250,000. But he won't take his time. So he'll get screwed.
Do you want to go upstairs now?
Soon. You know, one of the great pleasures in life is the pleasure of anticipating pleasure. Isn't it?
We are very close now, aren't we?
Sure, honey. Very close.
I don't see any beds yet.
Keep looking, honey. Butler said the place was furnished. It's furnished.
Anything doing?
No, sir. But look at this.
More football, huh?
Look how they smeared that quarterback. Look at his arm.
Got no time now. Protest. How about that telephone up at the Butler house? Is it working? Well, try it now. I'll wait.
Hello? Oh, yes, Miss Howard. Yeah, the phone's working fine. Very nice of you to call. Thank you. Good night. Honey, I'm going down to the car to get some cigarettes. Be back in a minute.
Okay.
Don't get lonely.
No, no. Did you get your cigarettes?
Yes, I did.
May I have one?
Sure. No, it's the most amazing things. These cigarettes come in these very small packages these days.
Oh, that's for me?
Mm-hmm.
Can I open it?
Oh, no. Our Christmas is day after tomorrow.
Is that an order?
Yes, ma'am, that's an order.
Bill, someone's calling from Butler House.
Okay, put him on.
Go ahead now.
Mr. Carter?
I'm not Carter.
Who is this?
The honor.
Butler.
I'm worried, Sheriff. Carter's not here.
Speak up, I can't hear you.
I can't. I'm sick. Can you come here?
What is it? What's wrong?
His car's here, but he's gone. Won't you come?
Okay. Now you stay put in that house.
I'll wait for you. Please, hurry. I'm afraid.
Now take it easy. I'm coming.
Mr. Butler, are you done?
I've come back.
What's that?
I want to see you again.
Hello? Who is this?
You know me, Tess. It's Mary Ann. Tell the mayor. Tell them all. I'm waiting in my father's house. Tess. It's so lonesome here. Don't be long.
Hello? 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 Oh my God, where is everybody?
Hello?
Oh, Maggie, thank goodness.
What is it, Tess?
Something's come up. Something urgent. Can you start early?
Oh, honey, I'm watching TV.
Maggie Daly, you get yourself over here.
What is it?
Just get moving, Maggie. Just please hurry. Come in. It's open. Okay, mister, that's far enough. What do you want here?
Mayor,
Try again. My father's not home. And don't move.
you want me to put my hands up?
No. Just stay there. What are you staring at?
I seem to remember you from the road.
That's why I'm holding a gun. You scare me.
Well, that makes sense.
Thanks.
Does everybody carry one here?
You can ask the sheriff when he gets here. I'll call him.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, but the sheriff's office is empty.
How do you know?
I was just there.
Who are you?
Jeffrey Butler.
Oh, you're the one who's selling the house.
Yes.
Have you any ID?
Come on.
Don't laugh at me. I want your ID. Some maniac escaped from Margaretville.
Okay.
Put it on the table. Now go back. California license. Lucky you.
Would you like to see my maniac card from the asylum? They give you one when you escape. There's a big scarlet M on it so people won't get confused.
Okay. Look, I'm sorry about the gun. My father's in Wilton getting your money.
All I want to do is to get into my house.
The sheriff's deputy might have a key. He's about the only one I know of.
Well, where's he?
You go down the road about 1.5 miles till you come to a white house with a white fence, and then you can't miss it.
Thanks.
It's okay.
Merry Christmas.
Same to you.
John Agar is the nice-looking young man, introduced by John Hoyt to pretty June Kenny. And when boy meets girl, well, they do what comes naturally. But the loss of love has made this mild-mannered man into a maniac. A maniac who wants to make you a plaything. And the fearsome fact is, he knows how to do it.
Why, I'm your friend.
How would you like to be a living doll? This madman can do with as he pleases. A monster his own woman had reason to flee. See, the world that the child in each of us knows. See, a baby doll take a bubble bath in a coffee can.
What are you talking about? Sally. Tell her. He said that tonight. He said tonight he was going to kill us all.
It only takes one of us to go for help.
Feel the fantastic fear of living in a normal world, but being dwarfed by people many times your size.
Demons crawling in the middle of the night. Demons a claw and demons a bite. Gravestones and tombs bleeding terror and pride.
Maniac cards.
I know. Maniac cards.
I want a maniac card.
I want a maniac card.
I think we're gonna make maniac cards.
Yes.
For our adoring fans.
Yes. For all our
patients in the Madhouse.
Yes. I think that's wonderful.
Commit these horrifying experiments on them. These cinematic atrocities.
I think that's marvelous. I think we should. This movie is so fun.
So there's like a there's a Black Christmas feel, you know, with the whole with the phone call shit, you know, the breathy voice on them.
Yeah.
You know, although that axe murder was bitchin'.
Yes.
That was a bitchin' axe murder.
Yes. So
that
excited
burger.
about that.
That was good.
Yes. It was like a breath of fresh air after all that time. It built up and it was spooky and weird and strange, and then all of a sudden it gave us that. Yes.
It's also got the whole fucking the whole like town conspiracy vibe.
I know, it's strange.
You know.
Those people are fucking weird.
We've seen that in things like Ghost Story.
Yes.
You know, shit like that. I love town conspiracy shit.
I know, where you
I
walk,
do.
it just, this one really feels palpable. You know, it
Yeah.
really, yeah, those folks.
They're strange.
They are.
They're really, really strange.
They are strange. They want that house. They want that house.
Something wrong with that house. Yeah. Well, I guess we'll find out.
I guess so. Excited for what's coming next.
I know it's gonna kind of blow up a little bit.
I think
It's
so.
gonna kind of blow up a little bit. All right, back to Silent Night, Bloody Night on Movies from the Madhouse. Dusky.
If I don't call back in an hour,
What?
call the mayor or Mr. Tone and nobody else. Promise me you'll do that.
Well, sure.
Mark it down, honey, so you'll have it.
Sheriff to 301. I'm heading west on Route 5 to Butler House. You'll hear from me. What the hell? What's that light out there?
Hi.
Hi.
Did you find the deputy?
No, I wasn't there.
I was thinking. Isn't your lawyer supposed to be at the house?
The door was locked. His car was there, so I borrowed it.
You mean you stole a car?
Yeah. Keeping it warm.
What if he needs it?
Let him find me. Who's coming to dinner?
Oh, Daddy. We always have dinner every Thursday. Do you want something?
No, I ate Paradise Motel.
Yeah, I know. It's awful. What about a drink?
Yeah.
It's cheap bourbon, but that's a big favorite around here. Do you want ice?
No, straight.
You look tired.
I am tired.
Well, here's to a fast dollar.
Cheers.
Why did you decide to sell the house?
Needed the cash.
After all these years?
I need it now.
Huh. What's it like on the inside? You know, I've never seen the inside. When I was a child, my father told me to stay away from it, or something terrible might happen. Sort of like a haunted house.
I haven't seen it either.
You're gonna sell it? You've never seen it?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's too bad. It's about the only place to see around here. Oh, I forgot. Someone keeps calling with a message for my father. She says that she's waiting at your house, in the reception room.
What woman is waiting in my house in the reception room?
Oh, I don't know. It's not a voice that I know.
I better go out there.
Can I come too?
What for?
I'm pushy. I suppose you'll be going back to California soon. California? You said you lived there, remember?
No, I'll be traveling.
Jeff, look. It's the sheriff's car. There's a light. Look at that tombstone. Pretty cheerful.
Who bears the cross shall wear the crown. Wilfred Butler. My grandfather.
Oh.
Someone left their sunglasses in the snow.
They're the sheriff's.
My lawyer's missing. So is the sheriff. You get strange phone calls. And now someone's fascinated by my grandfather's grave.
Let's get out of here.
You still want to go to my house?
Yes. But I don't want to go alone.
Listen.
I'm not nervous.
Well, of course you're not.
Oh, it's a cold. I'm shaking from it. Let's get out of here.
Okay.
We'll get help in town. It's 10 minutes drive.
Night, Mr. Toman. Have a nice holiday.
Deputy's not here, but Toman is.
Who's Toman?
Come on, you'll see. Mr. Toman, wait. No, please, I have to talk to you. I'm sorry. This is Jeffrey Butler. He's the one who's selling the house. He can't get inside the place. And my father's gone to Wilton. So we wondered...
Anything wrong?
He'll tell us. Tess has gone to his house.
Why would she go there?
I don't know. Anyway, she won't get in. You say it's locked. He says she hates the place.
Would you like to drive there? Diana could stay here, lock herself in.
I need a key.
Oh, man, this isn't my house. It's Tess's.
Well, Tess isn't here. Are you satisfied? She must have gone to my place. Well, why wouldn't she go there? She hates it. Maybe she went to see the woman who's there. Someone called the mayor's house before. Said she'd be waiting. What is it?
Hello, Jeff? Hello? Is anybody there?
Who is this?
I'm Diane Adams. I spoke to you before.
Bring your father to the house. This is Marianne. Tell him I have the diary. I'm waiting.
Who are you?
He'll know. Christmas Eve, 1935.
Hello? Hello?
704, C Charlie. 704, signal 10. 704, C Charlie.
Sheriff, I saw your car. Bill? Is that you?
Tess, you can't see me, but I can see you. Oh, yes, I remember that face. You're older now, and fatter, but still Tess. And you're frightened, aren't you? Don't be afraid. I want to help you. Take my hand. Take it, Tess.
The person on the telephone said 1935, Christmas Eve. But that's not the beginning. In 1927, Butler House was restored by Wilfred Butler. After that, I find social notes, parties, nothing special. Then, in 1930, Butler's wife, Catherine, dies of tuberculosis. In August 1933, it starts. Wilfred Butler's daughter is cruelly attacked and raped. Her name is Mary Ann, the same name as the caller who left those messages tonight. She's 15 then. On May 2nd, 1934, Mary Ann Butler gives birth to a son, Jeffrey Butler. Jeff. Early in 1935, Butler House is turned over to a Dr. Robinson as an asylum for mental patients. And then Butler goes on to say that he has committed his own daughter. Mary Ann will live at the asylum. There's no end to this story. It's been carefully cut out of all the papers. Why would Toman do that? scared me. What happened?
What happened is, Tess has 40 bird cages. Toman is hysterical. Everybody's at my house but me. It's cold outside and you forgot to lock the door.
Joe, how old are you?
How old am I? You mean, how many years have I lived?
No. There's a lot in the paper about your family.
I don't want to talk about my family.
Wait a minute. There's a woman calling, and she says her name is Mary Ann. That was your mother's name, wasn't it?
My mother died in childbirth. That's when I started traveling.
It's not what the papers say.
What's your point?
I just thought that you should read something for your own good.
Nothing you could tell me about my past or future would be for my own good. Where is the paper?
It's on the table.
It's so stupid to lie. I missed the whole event.
Jeff, maybe your mother's still alive. Maybe she's waiting for you at the house.
I don't know. Come on. No more side trips. Let's go out there.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the ugliest of them all? Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?
Devil woman!
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the most terrifying of them all?
The Countess Dracula.
It's beautiful. Beautiful. Have I changed so much?
As a flower changes from bud to bloom, past recognition.
There once was a countess young and fair, with tender skin and flaxen hair. Oh, countess, how do you keep your looks? What secrets in these ancient books?
The book!
What book?
The chapter on blood sacrifices.
Please help me. I don't know what's happened to me.
Say it, lovely. Say it.
Yes. Yes, yes, I love you. Yes.
Don't you realize that you get uglier each time you get old? And you can't go on killing forever?
Why not?
That woman embodies all the virtues. Mistress, friend, and mother in one. Does such a woman exist? You know she does.
Do your lovers know how you cling to youth? Dare you tell them the dreadful truth? These walls could tell, but cannot speak of the sudden cry, the muffled shriek.
Dobie,
Where is she?
look at me, Dobie. Look at me.
And what will your daughter say? She arrives tomorrow, and she'll find you as young as she is.
Hold me.
No. Blood. Whose blood?
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the most terrifying of them all?
The Countess Dracula.
Have I changed so much? I don't know what's happened to me.
Blood. Whose blood?
Devil
plot thickens.
It does. It does.
It's still a mystery. We still don't know what's happening, but goddammit, Mary Warrenov and Jeffrey Butler are gonna get to the bottom of it.
That's
Jeffrey
right.
Butler apparently has no knowledge of what his actual upbringing was. He's been disillusioned. Apparently everyone around here has been lied to.
I know.
In some way.
Creepy little town.
Of course, that is Mary Warrenov. The great Mary Warrenov.
Awesome.
Anybody who knows us knows we love Mary Warrenov. You know, she's been in so much cool shit. She was like part of Andy Warhol's crowd way back in the day. Showed up in like experimental films. Of course, I always know her as Miss Togar.
Yes.
From Rock and Roll High School, the sadistic evil principal.
Fuck yeah.
But she was in so much shit. Remember when she was in the institutionalized video?
Yes.
Suicidal with Jack Nance.
Yeah.
The David Lynch mainstay. They were Mike's parents.
Yes.
They thought he was on drugs.
All he wanted was a Pepsi.
So what's going on with the? It was apparently an asylum. The house was an asylum.
Yeah.
And I guess we'll learn a little bit more about that.
Yeah.
Here in a little bit. But there was a 15-year-old girl held there, and she has something to do with this. She is the missing piece between Wilfred Butler.
Yes.
And Jerry Butler.
And
Jeffrey Butler.
Yeah, her son.
We don't know much about her.
No.
Except that she was 15 years old and committed to this asylum.
And horribly abused and raped.
No. Did we get that far yet?
Yeah. They said she was attacked and raped, and then she gave birth later.
All right. Well, I think we're going to find
Jeffrey.
out more about that.
Yeah.
Here pretty soon. All right. We'll see. We'll see what happens on this merriest of eves. It's Christmas time. It's holiday time.
It is. It is.
The Yule, the solstice, all of this.
Yes.
Even if you're watching this after Christmas, you know, as long as you watch it before January 1st, it still counts. Christmas still lasts. The holiday, December is holiday month. It's for all the holidays.
That's right.
So all December long, celebrate, eat good food, communicate with people you love but not too close.
That's right.
Because the plague. All right.
Tonight is a special night, though. Isn't it someone's birthday tonight?
So the night we are filming this portion of this episode, we did find out during the break that it is Mary Warrenov's birthday, December 9th.
Woohoo! Happy birthday.
So, and you can hear from that late date why you might see this a little bit late, but we were just a little bit slow on the ball. But, you know, it's punk rock, man.
That's right.
It's rock and roll.
That's
There's
right.
no rules.
That's right.
There's no rules at all. No fucking rules. Rock and roll. Punk rock. Grindhouse. All right, let's get back to it. The mystery unravels further on in Silent Night, Bloody Night, on Movies from the Madhouse.
It's Tolman's car.
It's empty.
Jeff, look.
Stay back!
He's dead. His hands. Somebody cut off his hands.
You killed him. You killed Tolman.
He's asking for help.
You killed him.
Get in the car.
Butler House.
The keys. He took them.
Hello, Mr. Mayor.
Yes, what?
This is Marianne Butler. I'm calling from my house. Won't you come over here, Mr. Mayor? We're having a reunion. Everyone's here, even your daughter.
write this knowing that no one shall ever see it. Not my beloved daughter, or even my grandson, Jeffrey. I write for myself in the hope of forgiveness, if that is still possible. And I write for you, Marianne, whose youth and innocence I have destroyed. By 1935, the doctors had treated my daughter for a year. I had believed they could cure her. The child, Jeffrey, was taken from us and sent to California. I turned my house into an asylum. I brought doctors to live there. I welcomed other patients. Useless. All of it. I remembered what she had been. There was never a lovelier, happier child.
Ladies and gentlemen, quiet, please. I propose a toast. Doctor, please.
By Christmas of the first year, I knew that I must act, not for myself, but for my helpless child.
Led him to create this institution. Our friend...
I had no plan. All I knew was that I must take her from these men with their promises, their lies.
Shall we? For he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, which nobody can deny, which nobody can deny, which nobody can deny, for he's a jolly good fellow, which nobody can deny.
I knew that they would gorge themselves into a stupor that afternoon. It was their celebration. I expected no less. Since they had come into my house, they had acted as if they owned it. They had behaved like poor relations, half guilty, but finally unable to control their appetites. After dinner, they danced and drank as they usually did. All the time, Robinson would smile and reassure me. They expected me to believe, because I had no choice. Wilfred, trust me. He really believed Marianne would be well. He saw a light. There is a light at the end of a long tunnel.
Believe me. There is a light at the end of a long tunnel.
Stay here, Doctor. I'll get more champagne. He was ready. I knew it. Drunk and fat and full of his own importance. I left then. My cruelty to Mary Ann was inhuman. I know that. I had loved her. I had fathered our child, Jeffrey. I had brought her to this. But I swear that on that afternoon, all I wanted was to save my child. My hope was to get her away from that house. But also, I wanted to set free those other wretches who had so long been abused by the doctors. I knew what they might do if these inmates were freed. And this is my guilt. I knew, and still, I freed them.
The day of the Triffids, when terror reigned from the sky. The day of the Triffids, when the Earth orbits into a nightmare. When the solid world of everyday reality disintegrates. And the whole population is driven by fear towards insanity. The day of the Triffids, when destruction closes in from every side.
Pilot, is he blind too?
It's going to be starvation, fire, pestilence. Anyone caught in the middle of it doesn't stand a chance. I think we ought to get out of here and go on to Spain.
How can you know it's any better there?
I don't.
Doesn't seem to have any central nervous system.
Then how does it move?
All plants move. And they don't usually pull themselves out of the ground and chase you.
You have never been married?
No.
Why?
Guess I've never been in one spot long enough to get caught.
And now you are saddled with a family.
It might have its points.
The day of the Triffids, when law and order are overwhelmed in an avalanche of terror.
I would be willing to say that scene that we just watched right there, that whole flashback sequence,
God.
is one of the more underrated film sequences in horror film history. That is
agree.
a lovely little thing.
Ah, that asylum, like...
That
rape,
asylum,
like,
that mass exodus from the asylum. The brutal
Spooky.
revenge on those weird, rich, fetish doctor people,
know.
you know, the I don't know, I guess 20s decadence shit, you know,
Yeah.
whatever that was.
Yeah. Wow. It was.
It's
so
a fantastic
beautifully
scene,
done.
all the sepia shit, you know, there was Night of the Living Dead pieces, there was Carnival of Souls pieces. It was goddamn gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And,
poor Marianne.
Marianne lived a fucking terrible life,
my God,
apparently.
Poor babies. Ugh. Yeah. Poor Jeffrey. He shouldn't have even read that. I wouldn't have even wanted to read that. Mm-mm.
We still don't know who was responsible.
I know.
Is it Marianne?
Is it?
Is it Jeffrey?
Is it Jeffrey?
Who is it?
I can't stop biting my nail.
Oh boy. Our Christmas gift to you. You get in just a second. In the thrilling conclusion to Silent Night, Bloody Night on Movies from the Madhouse.
Thank goodness.
After the inmates started for the house, I went to get our car to take Marianne away. I do not know exactly when she slipped away from me. I assume that when they saw her in the dining room, the inmates believed her to be part of that household which they hated. And so, they killed her. Later, there was a celebration. And then most of the inmates fled. I don't know where. But I shall never forget what they did to my child. Since that Christmas, I have lived in prisons and asylums. Lived anonymously, as an animal. I have wandered in bitterness until all seasons have become as one. And that is a season of vengeance.
Jeff. Jeff.
Wilfred Butler is still alive. This is still his house.
Your grandfather died in 1950. He was burned to death in this house.
My grandfather poured gasoline over a squatter he found here. The town wanted to believe he was dead. They still do. This house was an asylum. There was a massacre by the inmates. Tess, Tolman, the sheriff. Your father.
No.
All inmates. They killed my mother in this room.
Who's that? Who's there?
Oh, no. No. God, no. Daddy? Daddy?
Diane?
Jeff? Jeff? No. No. Jeff, why? Why?
Don't run away. Don't. I'm your father. Don't be afraid. I won't hurt you. Please. It's all right. I won't hurt you. I need you. I waited for you. Please. Please.
I spent that night weeping. By morning, there were no more tears. I know that my father and Jeffrey both thought they were shooting at killers, but they were simply the last victims in that house of victims. And now, a year later, they will tear down Wilfred Butler's monument. But they can never destroy my memories of what happened here.
Well, it was the old man all along.
I know, that
They'd
creepy
have-
old fucker.
They'd have known if they had a talking dog.
Yeah. Yep.
They'd have known. Fucking really cool movie though. I would be willing to say that Silent Night Bloody Night is fucking bitchin'.
Yeah. Yeah.
I dig it.
Really, really cool movie.
Some really strange acting in it.
Mm-hmm.
Really strange acting.
It was creepy. It was
But
beautifully shot. So that
There was some-
asylum break was just
there was
like,
some really memorable scenes in
yeah.
it. To be perfectly honest.
Mm-hmm. Spooky.
Really an undersung Christmas horror film. Yeah, no, there are so many that everybody talk about. And some of them aren't worth it. You know which ones.
This one's 1972.
But this is great. This is great.
Mm-hmm.
It's 72?
72.
That's before fucking Black Christmas. Oh man, that's crazy shit. And you can see Black Christmas shit in this. You can see a little bit of that. Those phone calls, all that shit. You know.
I enjoyed
You can
this
see it.
very, very much.
I did too.
I was like biting my nails. I was like,
She was.
It's very good.
She bit like fucking 12 of her nails.
I know.
All tonight.
This is my last one.
You're gonna have to go get some more.
I know. Harder to get these days sometimes.
Well,
I have something for
it is
you.
Christmas time.
Yeah.
It is time to exchange gifts.
Exchange gifts.
It's past midnight, and it is time. It is Christmas Day. Depending on if you watch this at 10 o'clock on December 24th. Then it's Christmas Day. That's not when we filmed it either. It's only the 9th. I got you this bouquet.
Yay!
I got you this bouquet.
It's what I've always wanted. I got you this dead man's hatchet.
A dead man's hatchet?
Yeah.
Now I can hack them. Now I can hack them like I've been talking about in my sleep.
Yeah.
You remember? You said you keep talking about hacking them in your sleep. Who do you want to hack? I said I don't know. And I still don't know. But I'm gonna hack them. Now I know. This is my dream hatchet.
Yay! I'm so happy. I've always wanted a bouquet. Beautiful. So festive.
I love you, Mr. Stand Alive.
I love you, Master Seth.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Happy
Christmas.
holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy Hanukkah and Voodoo Day.
Oh, yes. Winter solstice, Yuletide, loveliness, Kwanzaa, all the wonderful holidays.
Anything you want to celebrate.
Hanukkah.
Anything you want. Happy go to the Chinese restaurant day. Anything you want to celebrate. Just have it. Enjoy yourself today, okay? Or whatever day you want. Every day. Enjoy yourself every day.
That's right.
Until next time, we'll see you in your nightmares. Drewski.
Got a car.